Hello again and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be for a cotton market bag, and this tutorial is just going to be for the base because I'm going to do various tutorials on how to do different bodies of the bag. So it's this oval here that we're going to do the tutorial on today. I'm using craft cotton, which I believe is around about double knit weight, maybe a little bit thicker, and I'm using a 5.5mm hook. The terms that I'm using on the tutorial is US terms. So to start the base of the bag, we need to do a chain of 12. So we need to slip knot onto the hook, and then we're going to do the 12 chain. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We're now going to do a double crochet in the third chain from the hook, and I'm just going to use one of the loops because we're going to work up and down this chain. Just zoom in slightly. So into the third chain from the hook, so we've got 1, 2, 3, it's this one here. We're going to do a double crochet. And then into that same stitch we're going to work another double crochet. So we've now got 3 double crochets into that first chain. We now double crochet in each of the next 8 chains. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That leaves us now with the last chain, and into that chain we're going to work 6 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We're now going to work a double crochet into the other side of the 8 doubles that we worked previously. So I'm also going to work over that the tail of the yarn as well. So into the first one we're going to do a double. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So we've now got a double crochet in each side of the chain. We're now back to the first chain where we did the 3 chain and the 2 doubles. We're now going to do another 3 doubles into that last stitch. We've got 6 doubles into this one. We're now going to do the equivalent of 6 into the first one, because we had the 3 to start with. We'll just do another 3. We're then going to join into the 3rd chain of that start stitch with a slip stitch, and that completes the first row. We're now going to work 3 chain, and that's going to count as the first double. We're going to do another double into the same space. We're going to work 2 doubles into each of the next 2 stitches, which are the other 2 stitches from the first 3 that we started. We've got 1 and 2 in the first stitch and 2 into the next stitch. We've now come to the 8 double crochets that we did along the first chain. We're going to work 1 double into each of those 8 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So we've now reached the 6 doubles that we did into the last chain, and we're going to work 2 doubles in each of these 6 stitches, so we'll have 12 doubles altogether. So 2 doubles into each stitch 6 times. So that's 1, 2 once, 1, 2 twice, 2 in the next one, is 3, 1 and 2, that's 4, 1 and 2 is 5, and then the last stitch of those 6 stitches, again we're going to do the 2 doubles. So we're now back to the 8 doubles that were in the other side of the starting chain, so we're going to work 1 double in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and that just leaves us with the 3 doubles that were at the other side of the 3 that we started with. So again, into these 3 stitches we're going to work 2 doubles. That's 1, 2, 2 into the next stitch, 1 and 2, and 2 into the last stitch. And then we're going to join into the 3rd chain of that starting stitch with a slip stitch. So you can now see that we're forming a definite oval as the base for the bag. So the next row we're going to again we're doubling in 6 stitches this time. So this is all of the stitches that we worked into those first 3, and then we worked 2 into each. So we've got 6 stitches here. We're going to work 2 doubles into each of those stitches. So the first stitch again is going to be 3 chain, and that will count as the first double. We do a double into that same stitch. So there we've got 1 into the next stitch, work 2 doubles, that's 2 into the next stitch, work 2 doubles, that's 3 into the next stitch, work 2 doubles, that's 4 into the next stitch, we work 2 doubles, and into the 6th stitch we work 2 doubles. So at this point you should have 12 doubles, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Again we're going to work 1 double into each of the next 8 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We're now going to work around these blocks of 2 doubles in each stitch, and we're going to do 2 doubles in each of the next 12 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11, and the last one is 12. We're now going to work a double in each of the next 8 stitches as we did on the previous rows. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and that just leaves us with the last 6 stitches where we're going to work 2 doubles into each stitch, the same as we did at the beginning where we did 2 doubles into each of the first 6 stitches. So we just do 2 doubles in each of these last 6 stitches. There's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and the final one, 2 doubles into that stitch, and then we're going to join again into that third chain of the starting stitch with a slip stitch. So the next row is slightly different, where we're going to work 7 stitches and then we're going to double crochet into the next one. So we're working in groups of 8. So the first stitch, as always, is going to be the 3 chain. 1, 2 and 3. So we're now going into the next stitch. We're going to work a double into the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I've done 2 in that one. Just pull that back. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that's 7 stitches altogether, because we've got the starting 3 chain. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the next stitch we're going to work 2 doubles. So there's 1 and 2, and then we're going to double crochet into the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then double crochet twice into the next stitch. 1 and 2. We just work the same all the way around this row, working 7 doubles followed by an increase where we do 2 doubles in the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then 2 doubles into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 doubles into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 doubles into the next stitch. 1, 2, 7 doubles, 1 in each of the next 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 2 into the next stitch, 1, 2, 1 in each of the next 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 into the next stitch, and then 7 doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then we do 2 doubles into this last stitch, 1 and 2. This will give us 72 stitches, and we need the 72 for the handles to work right on the bag. But there we've got the base, and I usually now do 1 row of single crochet all the way around. So I'm going to chain 1 and then work a single into that same stitch, and then just work 1 single in each stitch all the way around. The yarn that you use for these bags does need to be cotton, because it needs to be a non-stretch yarn, because the bag with the stitches will actually be quite stretchy, but you don't want the actual yarn to stretch, because if you've got quite a few things in the bag, we don't want it to stretch out of shape. And I think the cotton also is a little bit stronger. The cotton that I'm using is machine washable as well, so if the bag gets grubby, you can just pop it into the machine. For the body of the bag, in other videos I'll show the different stitches that I've used. Just let you carry on all the way around, working a single into each stitch, which will bring you to this point here on the bag that I've made here. On this one, once I'd done the base, I worked in trebles for a row, and then a row of singles, and then a row of trebles. Sorry, no, I did 2 rows of trebles. I do apologise. So I'd got 1 row of trebles, a row of singles, 2 rows of trebles in white, a row of singles in the cream, 2 rows of trebles, and so on. But in other bags I've actually done the single crochets in a separate colour, and I've used different stitches as well for these panels that I've done. But you can use any stitches you want as long as you keep within the 72 stitches. So it's literally 1 stitch in each of the stitches that we started with. So I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you again soon for the next tutorial for the next part of the bag. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.